Welcome back, kids. This is part 5 of the PwnCNC ATC installation series. Today I'm going to be installing this PwnCNC Tool Setter. I'll cover every step, including configurations in the Masso. Not a very difficult project at all. If you'll stick around for this video, by the end you'll know exactly how to do this the right way. So without further ado, let's get with it. Alright, I've got my Masso plate face down, and we are fixing to install the 4-pin connector for the tool setter. But before I go any further, let's talk about this yellow piece in here. This yellow piece came with the ATC spindle. If you only order the tool setter, for right now, this is not included. But you can ask for one, and I believe they'll send you one. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out in case you do not already have the ATC, then you may not have this yellow piece that just snaps in there. Anyway, we're doing the 4-pin. It's got 4 wires, black, white, yellow, and red, but only 3 ends, red, white, and black. Reason being, the yellow is tied into the red. It's jumpered on there for some reason that I do not know. Okay, the first thing we need to do is remove this yellow piece. Do it like this. Just go ahead and, if you have this yellow piece, just pop it out of there. It makes it so much easier to do this. Then you're just going to take your wires and run them through here. If you don't have the yellow piece, you're just going to run it into this bottom rectangle open area. First thing we got to do is run this plastic washer over the end of the wires. Follow that up with this nut. Pull them all snug through there. I'm going to snug that up just a little bit with my little crescent here. No need in just bearing down on it. All right. Now we can run these wires into that opening. Get them all down in there and make sure you're not going to pinch them if you're snapping the little yellow piece in here. All right. Now I'm going to hook these wires up in here. Let me show y'all something. The instructions say you can hook these wires, the black and white wire, to any input. It doesn't matter. And the red wire will go to any power. So you got your 2 powers here. It could go in either one of those. And any of these green bars here are inputs. Your black and white could go into there. With the only exception being the number 9, which is right here. They recommend that you don't use the number 9 unless you just have to. If you don't have anything else open, then use the number 9. But really, that's a high-speed port, and you may need it for something later on. So save that number 9 if you can. For me, I'm just going to do 23 and 24. I got 2 of them down here side by side, so I'm going to use those. So I'm going to put my black wire into 23. Using my little eyeglass repair kit screwdriver. All right. Now I need my white wire. It's going to go in 24. Right there. Just give them a light tug, make sure they're seated in there all the way. And then the red one, I'm going to put it in the closest power, which is right here. All right, so we're on power, and mine are on black 23, white 24. Let's close her up, configure this thing. All right, I'm in the F1 screen. Over here's my inputs. I've already scrolled down, input 1 down to 23 and 24. First thing we have to do, we're going to have to use the cycle stop and the tool setter down here. So input 23 will have to be the tool setter. So let's just go ahead and we'll do that one. Right there it is. Click that, select. And then number 24 has to be cycle stop. Well, it can't be in two places at one time, so we have to remove it here before it's available. Let me show you. There's no cycle stop. No matter how far you scroll down that list, cycle stop's not going to be on there because it's taken up here on our number 2. Let me cancel that. And we're just going to set the number 2 to not used, select. Then we'll come down here to 24, cycle stop, select. All right, now let's plug in the wire from our tool setter and test it. All right, here's a quick tip for you. This is the control cable coming from the tool setter. It has to plug in back here in this port that we just installed. We know that's a 4-pin. This is a 4-pin, but look at there. That's male. What we got in there? Another male.
I don't think so. Oh, we don't play that.
So here's what you got to do, and I had to get with PwnCNC support to figure this mess out. But for whatever reason, this ships with this little adapter thing on there, but you can just unscrew, and it's what it is a female to male adapter. So I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, I asked Quentin, I'm like, do I have gender dysphoria or what the hell's going on here? How am I going to make those two work? But now you can see we have the 4-pin female side. So it's just going to plug in there. Other one while I'm back here. All right, that looks good. I think we're ready to test this thing. All right, so everything's on. Right now it's showing low and low on 23 and 24. And when I touch this, you'll see 23 changes to high, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. And if you push too far down on it, then the cycle stop is going to engage. So, and the reason that it turns to high if you push it down too far, that's just a safety measure. Like this right here is all it should ever go down. But if something were to go wrong and it started pushing down past where it needed to, then that's where that cycle stop is going to kick in. Keep it from just bottoming out and possibly breaking a bit or worse. So now let's just set this thing up and see if it works. So I've bolted down my tool setter here just to test it. So the first thing we got to do is determine where that is, because I did not measure it out. So continuous, and we're just going to jog it over there. Slow that baby down a little bit. And I'm just going to get it somewhat close. That'll work right there. So there is our XY. So let me write that down right quick. I'll be right back. All right, I've got my coordinates written down there, my XY. Going to go to the F1 screen, Auto Tool 0, and this is where we're going to put in the XY coordinates. So on the X is 15.0110. On the Y, 1.5764. Okay, and if you don't have this enabled, go ahead and enable it, like I have here, and then we're just going to save that. Since I have Enable Auto Tool 0 checked, every time I home my machine, it's going to measure my bit. It's going to go to that tool setter. So let's just test that. All right, I'm going to home it. That's how it's supposed to work. Let me show you something else cool about this thing. This is the metalworking tool setter. I'm not sure if the woodworking version has this or not, but it has this here on there, and I was looking at that when I first got it. I'm like, what is that for? And then I noticed it has a little hole right there at the top, and it has this air inlet back here. So that is to blow off the surface of the tool setter before each time it measures a tool. Now that's pretty cool. I'm not going to use that, I don't believe. So all you have to do is just screw that off, which I've had mine off through this entire video. But I put it back on there just so y'all can see what it looks like and what to expect when you open yours up. You do not have to use that air function, but if you're set up to do so, that would be cool. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Well, that's it for this one, kids. I hope that was helpful to you. If you do have any comments or questions, leave them below. I always reply to those. If you feel like you need one-on-one help, I'll have information in the description of how we can work that out and get together and figure out whatever's wrong there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please give me a like on this video if you haven't already. And I look forward to getting this ATC thing finished up. As soon as I hit the upload button on this one, I'm right back to work on this ATC. I'll see you on the next video.